Hello and welcome to today's Almost Daily Devotion. We're wrapping up this part of the story of Joseph's life with finishing chapter 37, and the story goes like this. When Rueben returned to the cistern and found that Joseph wasn't in it, he tore his clothes. Then he returned to his brothers and said, "He's gone. And where can I go now?" His brothers took Joseph's robe and slaughtered a male goat and dipped the robe in the blood. And they took the long robe and brought it to their father and said, "We found this. See if it's your son's robe or not." He recognized it and said, "It's my son's robe. A wild animal has devoured him. Joseph must be torn to pieces." Then Jacob tore his clothes, put a simple mourning cloth around his waist, and mourned for his son. His sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And Joseph's fathers wept. Meanwhile, the Midianites sold Joseph to the Egyptians, to Potiphar, Pharaoh's chief officer and commander of the royal guard. Rueben is a liar, liar, pants on fire. He is. Rueben tried, I guess, to do the right thing, but he didn't really put his heart into it, and he didn't stick around long enough to make sure it stuck, and then was surprised when his brothers did exactly what they said they were going to do. And Rueben, as the oldest, knew he was responsible for Joseph's life. Rueben knew that he, in the end, was the one who was going to be blamed. That he was the one that Jacob was going to put all the blame on, and he might as well be dead, because he was the one who caused it to happen. Sort of. And so he chose to lie. He chose to compound the problem by dipping Joseph's robe into the blood and taking it to his father. He ends up just as complicit in this story as the rest of them. And so his attempt to do the right thing at the beginning got wiped away. He got put away. It was of no value anymore, that attempt to be good, because he was a liar, liar, pants on fire. Now, I tell my children all the time that they get in much worse trouble when they lie to me, right? This is standard, I think, parent maneuver. It should be anyway, I believe, that they get away with a lot of stuff. I give a lot of grace. I believe they're children, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're going to have to learn from their mistakes, and there's no reason for me to shame them and jump down their throats and yell at them and make them feel worse than they probably already do. And so I believe that you let them make mistakes and you help them to learn how to grow from that. The one thing that they cannot do to me is lie. They get in so much more trouble when they lie. And that's because you no longer are who you are called to be. You're no longer a person of integrity and truth. You're no longer a person who can be trusted, because you've proven you're out for number one. Because what lying really says is that my skin is more important than our relationship. That my guilt is more important than your valued trust of me. That my getting out of this situation without having to fix anything is more important to me. That you're not worth the effort to do the hard work of telling the truth. And sometimes we don't know the truth. Sometimes we're in a relationship or in a situation where we don't know for sure what the truth is. And I think we can give people the credit of being honest about that too. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the problem is. I just know that there's something not clicking here. We do so much damage in our relationship with one another by not talking about things. I'm not saying we have to go around every second of every day unleashing the negativity of pointing out everything that's wrong, about constantly bringing up problems and issues and constantly saying things. But we do have to say and have the respect for one another of an honest conversation, of telling each other the truth, of walking with one another in the midst of things, and respecting one another enough to be honest. It takes trust, it takes an established relationship, and it takes two people willing to do the hard work of being honest with one another. It hurts sometimes. And sometimes in the moment, honesty is more difficult than if you just lied. But who are we if we lie? Who are we if we can no longer stand up for ourselves and for truth and for what is right? God bless.